everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Maaike, and today we are doing my first Shop My Stash of the year. And you might think, hey Maaike, that looks like a different angle, and that's because I spent part of some extra money I got over Christmas on some new camera equipment. So my old camera is currently sitting on my brand new tripod and light, which I haven't activated because I still need to sort of figure that out. But I also got a new camera, which I was going to film this on, but then the camera had a low battery. So I'm charging that currently, so I was like, for the time being, I'll use my old one. But you can bet on it that some of the videos that you will be seeing later on in the month hopefully have better quality. And I now have a ring light, so that's going to give me lots and lots of different options. So that's why I can now film a little bit higher up, because this tripod has a little bit more height to it. Which also means we are going to be doing this Shop My Stash a little bit differently from what you're used to. So this is the drawer, my everyday makeup drawer, you could say, which is always like nice and messy. So I'm first going to talk you through everything I used, and then when it gets time to decide what I want to use for next month, or well, this coming month, I thought we could actually go to my makeup storage and select the products together, because a lot of people have been requesting me to do that, and I really wanted to, but I never had a tripod that was high enough that I could film in all of my drawers. So that's why I never was able to do that. So without further ado, sorry for the ramble, but I'm super excited, as you can tell. Let's just get to everything that I have been using towards the end of 2019, and the things that I'm going to keep in here and things that I'm going to rotate out. So two things that I'm currently trying to use up still are the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is almost gone, as is the Be Bright Concealer by Kokie, but I decided to commit and use these up before moving on to anything else, but that does mean that we're gonna have to select a new foundation and concealer for me to try in January. So I'm going to keep those up here, because else I have trouble using them. Then the biggest change usually I make in this part of my drawers. I was going to use a selection of cheek products actually, but I ended up going for the same 3 every single day for most of the month. But of course, one thing I use every day is powder. And I told you I was hoping to hit pan on this Too Faced Primed and Poreless powder. And as you can see, this powder has a really nice chunk of pan, and it's only getting worse because it's growing every day, because especially the area around the pan is quite low. I do have a ton of product on this side of the pan though, so I think it's going to last me another month. So I'm going to keep that in here. The 3 cheek products I was using all month were this bronzer by Becca, this blush by Urban Decay, and this highlighter by Benefit. I think actually I want to keep this bronzer by Becca in here for another month, because this is such a stunning bronzer. I'm really loving this. This used to come with a wavy pattern, and as you can see, it's completely gone. So that's why I want to keep this in here, because I think I want to commit to trying to hit pan, not use up necessarily, but to hit pan on a bronzer this year. That's my goal. So maybe it's going to be this one, who knows? I'm currently really loving this. And then this blush by Urban Decay, this is Rapture from their Afterglow blushes. I wore this every single day, and this looks so dark, so you might think, Maaike, that's never going to work on your skin tone. Trust me, it did. It looked really nice, and it's really not that dark, but I am ready to use something else. For highlight, I was using the Benefit Cookie highlight, and I'm not sure if you can see this. This has seen a lot of use, but again, I'm ready to use a different highlight. I attempted to use this Physicians Formula highlighter a couple of times this month, but I've decided it's just not my kind of shade. It has a very purpley undertone to it, and it's more purple than sort of like iridescent, and I didn't like it. And this is now, yeah, I'm not sure I really like the smell. I have another one in Pearl, and I like the shade of that a lot better, so I'm not going to use that. I kept the Hourglass Mood Exposure in here after November, because I loved it so much, and I fell in love with it completely, but then I kept using that Urban Decay blush, so that can go. And this I haven't reached for a single time, so I'm actually umming and ahhing whether I should keep this Nars Sex Appeal blush in the drawer, and see if I use it in January or if I should move it back into my collection. I'm not entirely sure. I think I'll keep it in here for now and then just select like 2 or 3 blushes that I can use. I just switched out my mascara. I used up 2 towards the end of the year, so this is a fresh Catrice Glam and Doll, and I have this mini Chanel one for the time being. I used up a brow pencil, so I'm now currently using the Super Last Brow Pomade by Essence and the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is already starting to smell bad, you guys. I kid you not, this is starting to smell bad. Eyeshadow primer and also glitter glue. Over the holidays I was wearing some more glittery shades, so that had to go in here. I'm just trying to use up this Essence one before I move on to anything else. These 2 products you will have seen in here a million times, because this MAC paint pot, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's got a really nice size dent in it, so really making good progress on that. And then this is my 3rd and last of these little The Body Shop cream colored shadows. I just love these for setting the primer with, and then that's it. Got some lip stuff, lip treatment stuff in here. This is my current lip balm because I used up my Burt's Bees. This is the Milk Kush lip balm, but this is so creamy. Like, this is all I have left, but it looks absolutely gross. It kept breaking off almost as well when I first got it. Marc Jacobs black liner. I got this as a point perk at Sephora, and I just like having a black liner in here. If I feel like wearing a liner, I have one on hand. I keep some pot concealers over on this side. The only one I'm currently using is this Bobbi Brown Corrector, and you can't see, I think, but I actually scraped down the sides and I only have a little bit of this left, so this is another product that I want to use up. Not sure if it will happen this month, but sometime in the first half of 2020 that will definitely be gone. Fixing spray, that's okay. And also this Becca primer is actually like, there's only about 1/3 of this left. So that's why I want to keep it in here. And also my Max Fix Plus is quite low too, but I only use that to wet shadows. So those are all of the things that I was using in here. For lips, I don't have anything to update you on. I was using very much trying to use up my Catrice Power Plumping Gel Lipstick, and if you saw my empty products video of all of the makeup empties from 2019, you will have seen that I managed to do that, but that's why I didn't wear a whole lot of other like lip colors throughout the month. Where it was at for me was eyeshadow. This is all the eyeshadow I used in December, and some of these you will be seeing very soon. Later this week I will be posting another 10 eyeshadow palettes I tried recently video in which I review 10 eyeshadow palettes, show you eye looks, show you swatches, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, I went in with the Melt Muerte palette, so I immediately started trying out some of the things that were in my Black Friday haul. I'm in love with this thing. I kept it in the box because I think the box is just so pretty and I didn't want to throw it away. So this palette, I know a lot of people are going crazy for this, but this is so cohesive, even though it seems to have a very out there color scheme. It just has these greens, and then you get a couple of light blues, and then you get these ones, which look really red in the pan, but on me, this pulled like a blackened plum, and this more like a wine color, and then this is a brighter red, and then this one is really stunning too. This is the only like everyday shade you get in here, but I got so many compliments when I was wearing this eyeshadow palette out, and man, it's stunning. So very happy with that one. Also coming up is a 3 looks 1 palette with this one. I wanted to go back to this because it's one of my favorite neutral palettes and I just hadn't used it in a while, and some people wanted to see me do looks with this, so that's what I did. So that's why I used this palette again, which is the Tartelette in Bloom. Also new in my collection that I showed you in my Black Friday haul is this Lime Crime Venus Immortalis palette. And some people have been saying that these get hard pan really easily. I've only used it once so far, so I definitely want to use it like once or twice before I put it in my 10 palette overview, but I'm definitely going to do that. These 2 shimmers are absolutely stunning. I love Moth because that shade is just a perfect transition. Unveil is so stunning as well. The only shade I'm not too happy with is Marble, which is a white with chunky glitters. So not my cup of tea, but it worked really well in the inner corner. And then I also wanted to try some festive stuff. So this Pat McGrath, what's this called again? The Nocturnal Nirvana palette. I bought this when I was in the US. Why is there something black in here? I bought this when I was in New York, and I tried it once, but I wasn't too happy with the staying power of this. So I decided to try it again and use it with a bit of glitter glue. And it worked really well that way. I just feel that on my quite deep set hooded eyes, these crease really badly, but with a bit of glitter glue, I got a lot more intensity out of these and they worked really well. Another thing I wanted to do this month was to try these Essence and Catrice palettes that I reviewed. These were part of their Royal Party limited edition. This has floating sparkles, really nice. And this is the pink glitter, and I think the other two that I bought from that collection are in here too. Because apart from doing like one look with 3 palettes, I didn't really use these too much. So I wanted to try this as like standalone palettes to see if I could make it work. Seeing it as it was the holidays, I definitely did a look with one of my Sela Glitter and Glows. This is in the shade Diamond Dust. This is my favorite one that I have. It's like a silvery gold sparkly shade. So it goes really nicely as like a topper all over any look you do. Then I also was all about trying to do some more like grungy looks. That's what I was all about this month. I pulled in some palettes that I hadn't used in a while, namely these like limited edition palettes by Urban Decay. I now am going to blind you. But this is the Heavy Metals palette, and I definitely went in with some of these jewel tones at the top. That's what I love this palette for, and it made for some really interesting looks to use just this. And I think I actually paired it with a few of the shades from the After Dark, if I remember correctly. I definitely love this bottom shade that's in here. This is the more jewel toned version of the Electric palette that they used to do. This is stunning. And perhaps a bit of a surprise to most people, because you know that I'm not a big fan of the Naked Smoky. But I just wanted to use this again. I tend to do a smoky eye with these 2 shades over here, Dagger and Slanted. That's these 2. And then I topped it up with that Stila glitter for my work party. But I used it a couple of other times that week, and I found out that this is not as dark as I thought it was. And it works quite well. I just think that this purple is not that purple on me, and that's a bit of a shame. But in the end, for like doing more grungy, smoky looks, this worked really well. The same went for my Lorac Pro. This is the Pro 2, and I love some of these shades for, again, so like grungier looks. I love Jade. Navy is really stunning too. Chrome. I just really like these shades, and this was again a palette that I hadn't used in a while, so I wanted to go back to it. That's what I tend to do over the winter time, because then I don't have a lot of light, so I can't really try out too many shadows. But that means I can go back to favorites. This is one of those other palettes from the Royal Party collection. This is one by Catrice. This is the Queen Couture, and this has 18 shades. So I knew I had to use this more in order to really know how it worked. And then something I did is I pulled in my Subculture, and I mentioned already last month that I knew I wanted to use this more. I love these shades. My Subculture is absolutely fine when it comes to the shades that are in here. It just works really well for me. So what I did, however, because I don't think there are that many shimmers in here, I have this palette by Davina, and I think it has some Luxie and Davina Cosmetics eyeshadows in here. And this is a ColourPop pressed glitter. But I used these 2 shimmers here. These are duochromes from the Davina Butterfly collection. And these paired so nicely with the mattes from the Subculture. It was stunning. I loved it. Great, great quality. Really nice multi-chromes. I was very happy with that. So that is what I used last month. Let's just go through my makeup drawers together to select a foundation, a concealer, some other cheek products to try, and then everything else I will update you on again in my next video. So welcome to my face drawer. This is the reason why I never filmed inside my drawers. Not because it's jam-packed, it is currently. I'm definitely due for a declutter, which I will be filming in a couple of months. But because, mainly because my tripod wasn't high enough to film inside this drawer. So that was always a little bit awkward, so I could never really show you that very properly. But this is where I keep all of my face stuff. So that's apart from face palettes, because those live elsewhere. But we have like foundations and concealers and primers over here. Then we have blushes, bronzers, powders, and highlighters are at the front. There's a bit of overflow in the back. Those we're not going to reach for. I have to select a foundation and a concealer that I'm going to replace the two with once they are gone. And I'm sort of torn between these two. This is the It Cosmetics CC cream, and I love using this in the winter time because it's so hydrating. Or the Fenty Beauty, which is also a hydrating foundation. And this one I haven't tried a lot yet, so I'm not sure whether I want to try and sort of use this more. I don't think I have a lot of product in this anymore, so maybe again I can try and use it up, which could be nice, or I can use the Fenty a bit more. So I think I'll go with the Fenty, because that would also allow me to do another like review. I also want to pull this in. This is the Hourglass Vanish Stick, and I bought it a year ago, and again I haven't tried it much yet. So I think I want to try these new bits in my next Shop My Stash. For concealer, what do I want to try? I think I want to use those new ColourPop things together. Is there another new concealer that I have? I think I haven't reviewed the More Than Concealer yet by L'Oreal, so I'll pull that in for concealer. And then that's it for like base products. I don't need a new setting spray, I don't need a new primer, and I don't need a new powder yet. But I do need some new blushes and some new highlighters. Maybe I'll pull in a second bronzer just so we can change it up. Let's do that first. So bronzers live over here. And one of my favorite bronzers for the winter time is this one by Makeup Forever. And this is their Pro Fusion Bronzer in 10M. Again, this has a wavy pattern, but mine is worn down quite badly, so I would like to go back to this. For blush, what do I want to do for blush? I think, let's see which one of these H&M ones I need, because I know which one I want. This one. This is Tawny Peach, and this is one of my favorite shades from their line. It's discontinued, but it's very nice and light, so I think I want to put that in. I think, by the way, because that's quite neutral, I want to pull in this Tarte blush. This is quite new to me. This is in Natural Beauty. And this is like a pinky red, which looks really nice and sort of gives you a flushed look. So I think I'll try that. And another wintertime favorite is this very bright pink The Balm in Stain blush. I've heard someone say that these might be coming back because these were discontinued. And they seem to be coming back, someone said. I hope they do, because these are some of the best blushes ever. So these are, again, a little bit like overflow, because it doesn't really fit. I think, because this, I think this is the one. I think it is. I think I kept them separate just for that reason. No, this is not the one. It's this one. This is Becca's Rose Quartz. And as you can see, I barely use this, so I need to use this more. So I'm going to use that as one highlighter, and then maybe I want to have something brighter, because that has a bit of color to it, so maybe I want something a bit more champagne. Ooh, yeah, let's do this one. This is another one of my favorites. This is by Kiko, and this is their Shade Fusion highlighter in shade 01. This is really nice for every day, and in the winter time, I sometimes like to go for something not too glowy, especially in January. It's now past the holidays, so glitter is no longer appropriate. Alright, so those are the products I will be selecting for this month. These are going to go in the drawer right now. I won't be showing you that. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you enjoyed going through my drawer with me. Yes, I'm due a declutter, I'm very well aware, but I won't have time to film that until February. So I need to soldier on for like another 6 weeks or so before I can do that. And then that will be filmed, of course, and coming your way. But first, we have this Shop My Stash, and I have another Shop My Stash to film for you before that will happen. So there we go. These are the products I have selected and I will be using this month. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Stay tuned for my next video. I will upload another 2 videos this week. So lots more content coming your way. Bye!